with the head coach of Norfolk State University now, Coach Latrell Scott. 33-17, your final score, Coach. First of all, let's talk about how this game unfolded on the road. You know they'll be excited about being here. They scored the first 10 points, Coach, and then we went on a run, and they didn't score again. Talk a little bit about that start to the ball game and how we responded.
Well, Delaware State's a much improved football team, but I think our resiliency showed there. We had a poor drive the first series on offense, and they got it and scored on the first play. And next thing you know, we're down 10-0. But our guys battled and kept battling on both sides of the ball, and found a way to score some points before the half. Not one of our better days on offense, but we scored enough points to be successful.
Coach, over the last 3 weeks, they made a change at the defensive coordinator spot, and they played a lot better defensively. They did some things up front that kind of slowed us down. Talk a little about what we had to do to make those corrections and start getting the ball movement.
Well, we had to adjust some of the blocking assignments. Thought Coach Torrey did a great job with that. I thought the backs ran well. We just missed on some things, and we stayed in a lot more third and long situations than we had. We had some untimely penalties, and just a lot of unforced errors. Not a very clean win, but definitely pleased that we did. I thought Coach Kramer really came in. He's implementing a lot of balance and structure and discipline in their defense. So you have to credit those guys for that over at Del State.
Coach, we talked a little about how the weather was going to play a factor in today's ball game. It's kind of crazy. There was only one touchdown scored moving in this direction towards this goalpost here, and that just so happened to be an interception return. Talk a little bit about what happened when we flipped fields. It seemed like we just got a lot more aggressive.
Well, we played it that way strategically. I think they did too. Obviously, the people that took the wind had the opportunity to score because you couldn't throw the ball. It's probably a 20-mile-an-hour wind blowing into the opposite end zone. So you had to just kind of stem the tide as much as you could and then try to make your hay when you were going the other way. Obviously, third and long, you can't really throw deep balls and some things that we've been pretty good at. And the wind definitely played a factor. But I thought the kids really managed the weather well. We talked about that not being an issue. We talked about controlling things that we could control, and we couldn't make it 80 degrees out here, so we had to deal with whatever temperature that we had.
Coach, defensively, we might have given up a little bit of yards, all 20-20, and we played well when we got inside the 20, forced 3 turnovers, one of them went for a score. Talk a little about what it was like to do, because Delaware State over the last couple of weeks has run the ball really well, and we gave up some yards, including that first play, but that was pretty much it. Everything else was 2 yards.
Well, we knew that Delaware State wanted to try to control the tempo. Obviously they huddled, and they've got a big physical tailback, and they wanted to try to take snaps away from us on offense. So we knew that we had to make hay on offense, but also get stops on defense. I thought the guys, really exemplified a bend but don't break mentality, and like you said, they drove the ball some, but once the ball got inside the red zone, they were able to stiffen up and either get stops or field goals.
Coach, it's always important that your seniors start playing like seniors late during their senior year, and Bobby played well today, had that 84-yard interception return, and I think that was a big flip in momentum because they were moving the ball in their first drive.
No question about it. Bobby, Nigel, those guys that have been around here forever. We've got one more week with those guys, and we've really talked to our underclassmen about trying to send those guys out the right way. Those guys have put a ton into this program, and I think the needle is moving in a positive direction because of those guys.
Still a lot to play for next week as South Carolina State comes to Dick Price Stadium. We beat them last year, and they want to come and give us some payback. But it's also a huge game for both squads. Talk a little bit about what we have to do to prepare ourselves mentally for that last ball game.
Well, I'm not really sure about the Celebration Bowl stuff. I don't really know who won and who lost, but obviously it's an opportunity for us to go 6-6. It's the first time we've won 5 games here at Norfolk State since 2011. It's an opportunity for us to win 6 games and have a 5-3 record in the MEAC, and it's a great football team that's going to come into Norfolk next week. Buddy Pugh's, the dean of MEAC, coach, is one of the greatest coaches in the history of FCS football, and those guys are going to be ready to play. And, it'll be a great opportunity for us to finish our season with something on the line against a great football team.
They did blank North Carolina Central today at home, so they're coming in off a win too. So it should be a very good football game matched up against 2 teams that are probably playing the best football going into this game. 3-game winning streak for us, which is huge for us in this program and where we want to go.
Well, we'll get in there tomorrow and put away today, and we'll start game planning for South Carolina State. As I said, ton of respect for Coach Pugh and his program, and looking forward to matching wits with him and his staff next week.
Thank you, Coach, for your time.
Thank you.
With Bobby Price now, our defensive player of the game today with an 84-yard touchdown off an interception. Bobby, your senior year, you played well for the Spartans in the back end. You've been asked to cover a lot more this year in man-to-man situations, and you've been in the box a lot. What's the difference that you've seen from this defense, especially after the bye week to now?
Oh, no. We play a lot of cover zero, so it's not a lot of gap responsibilities. It's just man on man, and it's basically what the DBs run now. Just got to keep on practicing it, and we get better at it. I think I did a good job today doing it.
You had an interception return. What did you see? I know there was a little bit of pressure on the quarterback. It seemed like the ball just fell right in your lap.
I thought, like, the quarterback was going to throw a slant, so I jumped up to try to, like, swat it down. He, like, threw it in my stomach, and I just seen green after that. I was going to score regardless. I couldn't get tackled.
I think this is your first touchdown this year, and it seems like, again, this defense has gained a lot more confidence over the last couple of weeks. We've won our last 3 ball games, 4 out of the last 5. What's been the difference?
Basic communication, just gluing together. I think that would be most, just having experience with each other more and more. And basically, I would say the number one thing is practice. How we practice every day. It's changed a lot throughout the season. It's gotten a lot better. That's why we're winning, in my opinion.
It's the 3-game winning streak, and I know your senior year you want to go out the right way. We have South Carolina State next week. What would it mean for you to finish off the year on a 4-game winning streak, and with an opportunity? It depends on how chips may fall to finish in the top 2 in the conference.
It means the world to me. You know, we haven't won 5 games since 2011, so today was a really big day. So to keep on winning, that's just more icing on the cake.
You've done a lot of this on the road, too. We've had some very tough road games. Today, the conditions were tough. Talk a little bit about just battling through these road games and winning games on the road with an opportunity to going home to finish out your career.
I feel like we played better on the road anyway. It's not really our home crowd. We love our home crowd, but it's only us when we come out here. It's just us, so we're all we got. And that's basically it. I mean, the weather, it being cold, our coach said that shouldn't determine how we play today. You know what I'm saying? So we treated it like we were in Hawaii today, in my opinion.
Definitely wasn't Hawaii, Bobby, and it doesn't feel like Hawaii.
It's a mindset. It's a mindset.
The game's over, and it's not Hawaii, Bobby.
No, it's back to Alaska.
Thank you, Bobby. Congratulations on the game today. As the Spartans win 33-17 for Bobby Price, I'm Ross Gordon. Thank you for watching NSUSpartans.com, fueled by Gatorade.